Well, hey guys, I'm here at Target to check out what's new in the realm of skincare and hair care. It's been a while since we've been here. Well, this is new from Urban Skin RX. 5% benzoyl peroxide acne spa treatment. Now, when it comes to acne spa treatments, you have to give benzoyl peroxide credit because it is one of the more effective ingredients as a spa treatment, whereas the majority of acne ingredients work best applied to the entire face, including benzoyl peroxide. But like if you actually need a spa treatment, something that'll help clear up a pimple fast, micronized formulas of benzoyl peroxide, which this is not claiming to be, tend to be less irritating because they're smaller particles, so you can get away with less overall concentration and equal efficacy with less irritation. What else does this have? Arnica. Arnica is a popular botanic ingredient. People will claim all sorts of ridiculous things about it, but honestly, it hasn't been shown to do much other than cause allergic contact dermatitis in an objective fashion. Glycolic acid can help with the penetration of some of these things, as well as smooth and exfoliate the stratum corneum. Not so pore loving in comparison to salicylic acid, but can still be helpful for minimizing comedone formation. Now, this also has willow bark extract, which is anti-inflammatory, not the same thing as salicylic acid. And it has azelaic acid and niacinamide. Azelaic acid and niacinamide are going to be helpful for calming down inflammation and preventing hyperpigmentation, post-acne redness. Interesting. This glycolic acid overnight peel from Neutrogena is pretty good if you're looking to improve the appearance of sunspots, hyperpigmentation, provided you tolerate it. It's a mild exfoliant, and it's also in a pretty moisturizing and hydrating base with the hyaluronic acid in there. Hyaluronic acid can actually enhance penetration of glycolic acid. Now, you want to be careful, like you might look at this and be like, oh, 10% glycolic acid. That's going to be, you may have some idea in your head of how effective 10% is. But with glycolic acid, it's not so much the percentage, but rather the formula overall, because that can influence the penetration of the glycolic acid, the free acid value. So like, for example, the hyaluronic acid in this may make 10% in this formula more effective than 10% in another formula. Oh look, this is new. A reusable foaming facial cleanser from Neutrogena. You get a reusable bottle and a concentrate. I wonder if this is like a reformulation of their foaming cleanser in the blue bottle that they discontinued. I'm kind of thinking it might be. I'm wondering if they discontinued that, wanting to come out with a refillable packaging. But this is one of my favorite cleansers from them. It's nice and hydrating. The hyaluronic acid can deposit behind on the skin to help with moisture retention. It's called coacervation. I haven't tried the soothing milk cleanser, I don't think. Oh, look, Target is now selling travel size, I guess they always have, of CeraVe moisturizing lotion and hydrating facial cleanser. We talked about these in a recent video where I went through the drugstore and talked about antioxidant serums. These are some new serums from Olay, and I have to say I'm really attracted to the packaging, but it's honestly kind of the same version of many of their other products. Basically niacinamide, lactic acid, and this one has 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid, a stable form of vitamin C that may help combat oxidative stress at the surface of the skin, but whether or not it like actually gets into your skin and then, in theory, boost collagen, that it remains to be determined. I need you guys to recommend me a good drugstore under eye concealer because I've been using the one that was gifted to me a year ago from Tarte, and it's okay, the Shape Tape, but I want to try something drugstore, and this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser seems reasonable. When it comes to dark under eye circles, concealer. Sure, caffeine may temporarily depuff and decongest and give a little under eye brightening effect. Concealer, it gets the job done. And the iron oxides in the concealer may help protect against visible light, which generates free radicals in the skin. Ooh, check it out. Pantene's got some new hair products. I am team Pantene. Like, people love to hate on Pantene, but it gets the job done. It's not bad. It doesn't deposit wax on your hair. Those are all urban legends. As a matter of fact, this looks interesting. Now, biotin and shampoo, it may deposit on the hair strands and kind of help with brittleness, but it's not gonna grow hair. What else does this have? Some mild surfactants. Panthenol is hydrating. I'm not seeing methyl isothiazolinone, which is refreshing. Sometimes I can sneak into the shampoos. Looks like they have some nutrient blend conditioners. I was intrigued by these. Oh, you mix these into your conditioner? Mix, condition, rinse. What? In your palm, add a small amount of mix-in to your normal dose of Pantene conditioner. Oh, that's kind of like the Function Beauty stuff they have here, which I really like. I'd be intrigued to try that. Behind the scenes, I've been trying out several of these L'Oreal Paris shampoos over the past, I would say, 6 months. And unfortunately, they have methyl isothiazolinone in them. I don't know why L'Oreal is doing that, because it is a common allergen. It's sensitizing. I'm currently trying out the purple shampoo and conditioner, and you may be wondering why. You're not blonde, you don't have color treated hair, but I swear my hair gets brassy here, and when I use this shampoo, my natural highlights pop a lot better. I think the brassiness may have something to do with the water in, the shower water is too hard, I'm thinking, and this kind of brightens the hair. If you have brown hair like me, try a purple shampoo to kind of brighten up your hair color. It works. See, they even say. But unfortunately, this one has methyl isothiazolinone. It makes a mess, I will say that. Like, it kind of gets all over everything. It is bright purple. And the other thing I haven't cared for about this is you have to leave the shampoo on your hair, on the strands, which can leave them dry and prone to breakage. I've been following it up with the conditioner. That's kind of the whole point of conditioner. But like, all that to say, when you're shampooing your hair in general, you don't really want to be shampooing the strands. So I don't care for that approach. I'd much rather have a purple hair mask that you put on and incubate in the hair and leave as is. I've also been trying out the Bond Repair. Now, I don't have color treated hair, so I don't, take that with a grain of salt. I don't have much in the way of damage in that regard. The premise behind these is that they get in there and they may, stand in for disulfide bonds. It's interesting, and I do think it works in that regard. I don't see any difference in my hair though when I use the Bond Repair. I have this strengthening concentrate, but I haven't tried it yet. I've just tried these. The fragrance on these is very strong. I will warn you that. So I personally, I don't have color treated hair. I would not repurchase these. But these have been good, objectively, aside from the preservatives. Comment below if you use purple shampoo. Is there another brand that you recommend? Because I have been liking this, aside from the preservative that I don't care for. And the reason I don't care for that is it is a common allergen. It is sensitizing. And in Europe, they have restricted the use of that, and the rates of contact allergy to it have gone down. Looks like we have a wall of sheet masks here. I don't know. I'm surprised sheet masks are still hanging on. Like, they don't really accomplish much, other than, like, they're kind of fun to do. This one looks interesting though. It claims to be fragrance free. It has compounds from licorice root in it, which can help with brightening up skin tone. It also has lactobionic acid. That is a polyhydroxy acid that can help with softening and gently exfoliating the skin. Squalane, an emollient to soften and smooth. Peptides, which are hydrating. This looks interesting. $2.99. Here's a peach one with hyaluronic acid and squalane. Again, softens the skin. Ooh, Nutto gum. Nutto is a natural source of spermidine, which in vitro, like it sells on a dish, shows promise for a renewal effect. And, there's a lot of interest in spermidine for an anti-aging effect in terms of like cardiovascular health and longevity. But, more research is needed. Spermidine is naturally found in foods like nutto, as well as mushrooms. And there was something else. I was like, oh, I should buy that the next time at the grocery store, but I forgot. But it's in skincare, like, what's his name? Not Dennis Gross, the other, Perricone. Perricone MD has some sort of hydrating hyaluronic acid whatnot with spermidine in it. We talked about it in my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty video, which comment below on if you were shopping that sale, because I've had the hardest time buying stuff that I told you guys I was going to buy. Like, it shut me down every time. I have to say, not long before, we'll say in the months before I really started my YouTube channel, I remember going through a phase where I was using these K-Bella hydrating masks. Like, somebody I was following on YouTube was using them, and I tried them out and ended up really liking them. I don't know which I remember the one that I tried was a coconut one. I want to say it was this exact one, and it was rather pleasant, very moisturizing. I don't think it has, yeah, it does have fragrance, but yeah, this was pretty good. Very white, so kind of fun to do in that regard, but it was pleasant. But a clay mask can be helpful if you have oily skin. It removes excess oil from the skin surface. And so that's helpful if you're someone who you find like sunscreen, for example, pills. Doing a clay mask can help remove some of the excess oil that gets in the way with how the sunscreen sets up. It may help you out in that regard. I point that out, but people are always like, who has time to do a full-blown clay mask before they put on their sunscreen? Good point. You can also just wash your face to remove the sebum. But the nice thing about the clay is that it kind of sits on there for a little bit and really soaks up a bit more, and it kind of gets a little bit in the pore too. So I'm not saying it's like something you would do every day before sunscreen, but don't be surprised if it helps the sunscreen go on better if you do that. I know myself, like I'm not going to do a clay mask every day, so I understand the reservation there, but I'm just saying that's one option. Starface has come out with a micro dart patch. Now the issue with these micro darts that they don't tell you is, so the idea here is that the ingredients on the dart are going to penetrate into the stratum corneum a little bit better and dissolve and be released. But I have done some research on the back end on the internet, and not just some random blog, but like an actual paper on formulation. And my understanding is it's actually kind of hard to get the ingredients on the dart reliably. So that always gives me pause, like what if one of the little darts has a ton of the ingredient on it and the others don't? Anyway, I've tried some of these before and they're kind of irritating in my experience, but let me know, what does this one have? Hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and salicylic acid. Like, do we really need those ingredients penetrated into the skin in a micro dart under occlusion? It can be a lot more irritating. Like, I don't get putting salicylic acid on under occlusion. It has no problem getting into the pore and everything. Like, why do we need to do that? The one place you really do want to do salicylic acid under occlusion and high concentration salicylic acid is if you're treating a wart, especially on the bottom of your feet. But to your face, like, what are we trying to achieve here? I mean, it's gonna get in. This is just unnecessary. Hydrocolloid patches, though, as a side note, as a whole, I am on board with, not the microdart ones. They're helpful if you get pimples that you are tempted to pick, which a lot of people do, you know, it's a subconscious habit. Some people do it to relieve stress, but when you pick, it delays healing and leads to scarring. So these patches can be helpful in that regard. If it's just like this one's just a plain hydrocolloid in a star shape. But they're also really handy if you get a bug bite. I swear, it has changed the mosquito game for me this summer because I got attacked a couple of times. It's inevitable living in Texas, and it really helps because what it does is the hydrocolloid kind of absorbs any fluid and helps flatten the bite, and it just takes the itch away instantly. It's magic. Now you can buy hydrocolloid though at the drugstore, like hydrocolloid bandages. You don't necessarily have to get the pimple patches. It may be more cost effective to do the bandages from the store. Like, here's another one, kale and niacinamide. Who wants to put kale under occlusion on their skin? Like, it makes no sense. These look like fun though. The Leave Pretty Anti-Puff Eye Patches. These are nice to temporarily depuff. They can have they're cooling, it's soothing. What do they have in them though? That's a key. I really like, Derma E makes some under eye patches that are really nice for that. Oh, these have fragrance in them, so be aware of that under the eyes. That can be more likely to be irritating. Is this focusing? Probably not. This camera is not the best at quick focus. Chamomile is soothing. I don't know. $5. Who's gonna pay $5 for a patch you can only use? How many times can you use these? Oh, you get, 2 individual single-use spot masks. Seems very expensive. Vital proteins here with the apple cider vinegar. Like, I'm not an endocrinologist. I do think there is some research diving into apple cider vinegar and maybe blood glucose control. that I've come across. I don't know. I haven't rigorously reviewed it, but all that to say, like, taking it in a gummy, it just seems like, I don't know. I don't know that you necessarily need to be shotgunning apple cider vinegar to potentially derive that benefit, let alone like reconstituting it into a gummy. Gummies, like micro darts, they have their formulation issues. For example, in this bottle of gummies, there's probably going to be like one gummy in here that has more B12 than the other gummy, because it's kind of hard for them to get those ingredients to go even amongst all the gummies. It's a problem with gummies. Be aware, if you're taking a supplement like this that has vitamin E and you're going to have surgery, it can increase bleeding. In my recent Shop With Me videos, we were talking about these Dr. Teals foaming baths, and one of you guys pointed out that definitely be careful. This stuff can get lodged in the downstairs area and cause a lot of irritation. Now, if you have lichen sclerosis, stay away from this stuff. I have a video on lichen sclerosis. I know a lot of you guys deal with it, but this kind of stuff, it can just aggravate the irritation, the sensitivity to no end. Like, the last thing you want to be doing is getting detergent and salt on lichen sclerosis. This caught my attention because this is the up and up version of the Neutrogena body oil, which I really like for flaky skin. This is the fragranced version. They don't have the fragrance free one. Yeah, if you have flaky, peely skin, use a little body oil to soften and smooth the flakes, or, you know, just your moisturizer, rather than sanding it with one of these scrubby devices. Number 7 has this menopause skincare. With menopause, the levels of collagen in your skin decline because the drop in estrogen makes the skin more prone to brittleness, tears, breakage, and of course wrinkles. But skincare ingredients that can help with that would include retinol, because when it's converted to retinoic acid, that will bind to receptors in your skin cells and maybe help with improving collagen production. But topical estrogen is another option too. What is in this? Sunscreen. I mean, you need that at every life stage. Organic sunscreen may sting around the eyes. Be aware of that. Niacinamide, $26. They also have a firm and bright eye concentrate. What is in this? Dark circles coming at you, of course. Does it claim to depuff under eye bags? Look reduced. Skin looks firmed. What kind of magic is in this that would allegedly do that? I see niacinamide. I mean, niacinamide is in everything because it is a versatile ingredient. But what else? Ceramide, that's good for the moisture barrier. You could just use CeraVe PM under your eyes and get the same effect. Somebody will be like, yeah, but the formula could be so nice. Well, maybe you'd be nicer with extra $20 in your pocket. I don't know. What is this? Instant Radiance Serum. Proven results. Dull skin looks more radiant. Dull skin can be the result of age-related change, loss of collagen, and sun damage, as well as glycation. Glycation is the other aging factor we don't talk a lot about. I forget to talk about, I guess. It doesn't have anything to do with sun, but sun plus the glycation, you know, they're kind of like a double whammy to your skin. Glycation is basically sugars binding to proteins in your skin and weakening them. Generates a lot of oxidative stress. This doesn't have anything in it though that's gonna change that. Niacinamide can help with skin yellowing though, and that's in that, but this also has fragrance in it. This is a new line, Future Renew Damage Reversal. What kind of damage are we talking about here? It's a lofty claim, damage reversal. Shea butter and fragrance and peptides. These are probably peptides that the manufacturer who makes these peptides, like, they probably have an in vitro assay, cells in a dish, showing activation of some healing pathway, and then they probably put the cream on subject's face and they saw reduction in wrinkles. That is the story of, like, most of these peptides. Not to say they don't do anything, but, like, we're still left without answers. They also have a serum to reverse damage. Like, what kind of damage are we talking about here? Just being 40 is not damage. Future Renew Eye Serum, damage reversal. Oh, and more niacinamide than last time. I don't know, I don't have any pepticology. They're just making up branches of science. Pepticology. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm in some kind of a mood today, you guys. Pepticology. Stop. Stop. Number 7. You can do better than that. Number 7 does come out with some good products from time to time. Like I enjoy this, but it's a little bit overpriced for what it is. Just a hydrating product. It comes in this jazzy syringe, so you feel like you're, you know, administering your own Sculptra at home, which I don't recommend doing. I know there are people on TikTok, of course, who probably show you, look at me doing my own lip filler with a jet pen. Don't do that, you guys. Don't. Unless you want a face full of fusarium, don't do stuff like that. Their pure retinol is also pretty good. Have I tried this eye cream? I'm forgetting. My memory bank is depleted of number 7 memories. Looks like Olay has not backed down on their outrageous pricing of the eczema therapy line. Colloidal oatmeal is great. You know, it always gets funneled over to the eczema crowd, so everybody else kind of thinks that it's not for them, but it's very good. Soothing, especially I find it is products that are colloidal oatmeal based much less likely to sting. Oh y'all, these are new from Mighty Patch for tired eyes, puffy eyes, and hydration. I may have to try these. I really do love under eye hydrating patches. Ooh, these look good. Hyaluronic acid and niacinamide, Chondrus crispus. These kind of things are really nice if you put them in the refrigerator and put them on chilled. Have a depuffing effect. And now this makes some sense. An illuminating eye cream for dark circles and puffiness. Look, it's like it's got pigment in there already. So it's kind of like a concealer. This looks interesting. I may have to give this a try at some point. So we can have a whole video on bright eyes turn around. This has caffeine in it too. I mean, there you go. Caffeine is also an antioxidant, so it can ward off against oxidative stress. I feel like this is new from La Roche-Posay, the Tolerian Rosalic AR. I'm assuming AR is anti-redness. And I'm going through the ingredients, and nothing really jumps out at me as like rosacea specific. Shea butter, again, that's the majority of moisturizers. Like a lot of times products for rosacea, they may have licorice root, which is calming, has anti-redness properties, and they may have, you know, if it's a rosacea treatment targeting the bumps of rosacea, sulfur can be helpful, or azelaic acid definitely is helpful for rosacea, but I'm not really seeing any of that in this. Like this looks like a lightweight moisturizer. Oh, it does have chromium oxide green, so maybe it's green tinted, which can help camouflage the redness, and that's helpful. But yeah, I'm not really seeing much here, unless it's just the consistency. You know, with rosacea, a lot of times the moisturizers by themselves, like you spend a lot of time hunting down a moisturizer that's not going to make you miserable, because a lot of moisturizers burn, sting, and that can aggravate a flare of rosacea. So, you know, maybe this one is more lightweight. But like, I'm kind of wondering what the main difference between the Rosalic AR and Dermalegro. Dermalegro sounds like a ballet. Dermalegro, like the like a bunch of dermatologists on point. This does not appear to have the green color, the chromium oxide. Yeah, this doesn't have, I'm guessing this has a tint to it, whereas this does not. These are new. And then there's a night. Ultra Soothing Repair Moisturizer Night. Now this is the one that's got niacinamide in it. So if you know, for rosacea, just based on ingredients, I might gravitate towards this. Although you're not going to get the green color in this. This has a peptide. This is that same peptide in night. Is that the difference between day and night? Day and night is niacinamide. Yep, that's like a major difference between the day and night is niacinamide. Ooh, Tree Hut has a new foaming gel wash scent, Cinnamon Dolce. Move over, Starbucks. I'll just drink my body wash. Just kidding, don't do that. All that to say, I currently have a Tree Hut foaming gel wash. I was skeptical. I was like, you know, whatever. Oh my god, they have pumpkin spice latte too. I might have to buy that. I have the watermelon one, and I have to say I've been really happy with it. Like, it's not drying. It rinses off the skin easily, which is key, because you know, you don't want to have a product that is too tenacious when it comes to body washes. It can be irritating if it gets trapped in the skin folds. The pore spout is great. It doesn't dump out too much. You don't need a lot to get a decent lather. It's not drying. It's nice. So now that I'm here, like I don't need a cinnamon dolce one, but I am tempted to get this pumpkin spice latte because why not? Do they have the iced coffee in a body wash? I might need to get that too. You know what I do need to buy though? And let's see if they have it in pumpkin spice, is their shave gel. That is gonna be a 2023 skincare favorite. Yes, a Tree Hut product. I know what you're thinking, like, what has happened to her? Did she hit her head? But yeah, I mean, the shave oil is that good. Yeah, here are the shave oils, but I'm not seeing the pumpkin spice. What do we have? Vanilla? No thanks. Coconut lime. Yeah, I've got the watermelon shave oil. It's really nice. But I recently finished it, so I'm wondering if I should try a different scent. Tropic Glow. These are really nice. Like, they rinse off the skin well. They're moisturizing. They don't clog up your razor. I like it a lot better than a shaving cream or a shaving lotion. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this Target Shop With Me video. If so, on the end slide I'm going to put my recent Shop With Me video where I go through the drugstore and talk about skincare products with antioxidants in them. So you're definitely going to want to check that one out next. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.